inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. They hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barretons too, cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. I done fed up on the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500 US, and they're telling me super salary. I done fed up on the unemployment racism and the lie they say one Guyana. Cause when you look with the oil money going, circulate with one set of banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we evil set up.
Yeah, my name is Sincerity Caldata Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today I can't take it, so I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Fuck, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Body walk. Body walk, body walk, everything, body walk, truck.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su? My relationship?
All right, good night from the brain, from that, you know what, that animal, to what's happening at GCOM. Of course, you know, hey, from that was brain moments ago to now, if you know what I mean. Straight over to GCOM, good night. How are you guys doing? Elections around the corner. It's September 1st, 2025, elections around the corner. In Guyana, they have, what is it? They have local government elections, and sorry, that has already been concluded, but they have what is called regional and general elections. Regional and general elections. In Guyana, are you prepared? Are you feeling the feeling? Who's one of those Calypsonians that asked that question, or what is it, Ahsoka? Are you feeling the feeling? Are you feeling the feeling? Are you feeling the feeling, guys? I'm looking at some of your comments. I'm reading some of your comments, and I don't know. But GCOM, you got to keep an eye on GCOM. Forget about the distractions for the time being, but you've got to keep an eye on GCOM with the corruption and massive corruption, because you can dance and you can fancy up things on the outside, but if in the inside it is not proper, again, if in the inside it is not proper, you can put all the makeup on, you can dance up, you can prop up, you can do everything. But if in the inside things are not okay, and when I'm talking about the inside, I really do mean the inside of the Guyana Elections Commission. That's what's happening. That is what I know. Some of you guys see the inside of GCOM right now as being scary. Oh my gosh. Scary indeed. Right, Leonard Sampson? Right, Gully God and all others? Scary indeed. If you think what you're watching at right now is scary, you better talk to your leaders on the ground in Guyana. All of your leaders. I'm talking about authentic, credible leaders, not dumpy, jump on there. No, you know what I mean? You guys know. You guys know that I'm gonna come with the shades. Sorry about that. But anyways, good night. If you are tuning in from Guyana, good night and welcome to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benshaw. Lots and lots of things we want to talk about. And I know you guys want to talk, you want to debate, you want to do every single thing. And that's okay. It happens in elections period, elections year. Bumps raise and goosebumps and emotions and so forth and so on. Well, I'd want to say that I'm an old guy now, and so I'm a veteran. I understand, and I'm just sitting there. I'm watching, I'm observing, and I'm smiling. I see failures already. I see basically just lights, cameras, actions, boom, and then the cameras go off again. No fault of GPL, mind you, but hey, lots of smiles, lots of sad faces, lots of teardrops, lots of excitement and the anxiety and the show-offs and the with a Lamborghini and all of these things, politics. But hey, as I've said to some folks, in a war, and you guys know about the Persian Gulf. You guys know of Desert Storm. You guys know of all those wars, Iraq and what is happening now in Ukraine and Russia. Maybe we have some guys in Russia watching us. Privet, Kagdela. And then what's happening in Iran? And of course, with Israel. The folks out in Israel, we don't know if we have anybody in Israel watching, but if they are, Shalom, Muslim Torah. And the folks out in Iran, we don't know who's watching, but they're busy with each other there. Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillah, right? All right, just a bit of little and a little this, a piece of that, and a piece of that. And so if we talk about Guyana now, you can talk a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Hebrew, a little bit of Arabic, and then not say, hey, Guyanese, what's happening in your neck of the woods? One of my favorite videos, and these guys do mean business. I'm talking about the guys in Blackbush, Polder. For those of you who are non-Guyanese, if you have Guyanese friends, you can ask them to interpret this for you, right? You can call up your friends and ask them to interpret what these guys are actually saying because they're serious. The reason why they're serious is because they want the corrupt government of Guyana out of office, and rightly so. September 1st is the day. But the dancing ready yet? You're hearing a little music, you're hearing a little reggae, a little soca, a little chutney, but the bacchanal didn't start yet. You're getting a little taste, and the volume is just low for the moment. It's going to get high. The temperature is going to raise, but let's go to Blackbush Polder. And I hear what a man say, a Blackbush Polder, because they want this corrupt government, the PPP regime, out of office.
The way you come to the country, this is the country I live. Blackbush I live, the fucking police. The way you come to somebody, I live with mama papa. Over here.
So it's in the rice price.
The rice price, something to do. They're going to talk to me, man, somebody. They're not talking to me, they're going to tell me nothing. And they're going to people every week. Okay.
All right, that's it. I noticed some people, their bumps raised already. I'm not here. I'm a nice guy, mind you. If you've ever met me in person, you know I'm really a nice guy. I don't cuss out anybody. People do most of the cussing out to me. I sometimes respond in a nice and shady kind of way, if you know what I mean. And so there will be no cussing out at all. Absolutely not. This is not the cuss out show. If you want the cuss out show, you got to tune into that comedy show tomorrow. Barrett Jackdale, that dictator in Guyana. You've got to listen to those comedians. We don't cuss out here. We talk about issues. That's it. And if you're expecting me to cuss out, I'm not going to be cussing out. But what I do know is some people who are in public space and public domain, and some of them who are quote unquote politicians, I am not going to cuss anybody out. But gradually, you're going to see people are going to fade out, fade away, because politics, if you don't have stamina, you can't make it. And remember, in the beginning, I was saying to you guys, you can't say me never did I warn you. Indeed. And you're seeing lots and lots of signs. Some of those signs are good for you. Some of them are bad for you, depending on which side of the fence you're on. If you're on the fence right now, soon you're going to have to come off the fence and you're going to have to take a side. If you're in a minibus, you're going to have to come out of that minibus. If you're in a taxi, you're going to have to come out of that taxi and make a decision, because you've got to save Guyana. You cannot sit in a Lamborghini. Oh my gosh, Mark, stop it. But seriously, you cannot sit in a Lamborghini and save Guyana. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just not going to go anywhere. Good night to all of you again. And for those of you who have shared the link, thank you so much. If this is the first time you're watching this show, I hope you like it and you can come again. All right. Let's see what happened. What's happening with the folks out in Linden. Good night to all of you. All of you beautiful, beautiful people in Linden. Be prepared. Do not be fooled. You've got to make the right decisions. Don't let people zoom into your tongue, beautiful tongue of Linden, and swar you. Do not allow people to swar you. Region 10. Do not allow people to swar you, right? So, hey, I said to somebody this morning, back to the Desert Storm and all those different wars and so forth, that, hey, guess what? What you're seeing right now is just leaflets. It's the in the air kind of battle right now, the political battle in Guyana. It is in the air battle, the social media battle. But when it comes to the ground battle, I repeat, when it comes to the ground battle, which hasn't begun as yet, is where the bacchanal is. And if you don't have the stamina, if you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, you've got to come out of the kitchen, because politics, for some people, if they think it's a nice boy and a nice girl stuff, you throw on a nice little short jack for those who wear short jacks still in Guyana. It's not about that. You've got to roll up your sleeves. You've got to roll up whatever, and you've got to take off that makeup, and you've got to stop for the selfie, and you've got to battle. That is the politics. How you think Donald Trump got in? How you think Donald Trump got into office? Just like that, he rolled up his sleeves and he battled. That is why he's there. And so the battle didn't start yet. The ground troops are still there. It didn't start yet. People are going to jump there, go back there, jump here. Lots and lots of jumping. Lots of jumping, lots of frogs jumping in the pond, out the pond. Some of them have jumped over to the PPP, which is a very, very bad move. As Trump would say, it's a bad move. How the heck you're going to jump into the hands of the oppressors? If you jump into the hands of the oppressors, something is wrong with you. I'm telling you guys, a man that is set to be so corrupt, you're going to embrace him. That's Jack Day. We haven't gotten to Irfan Alias yet, but Jack Day, all these guys are set to be corrupt. And then you walk away into the arms of Jack Day and the PPP, and to tell people that the party is a party of integrity and all manner of things. Wrong. Bad deal. Listen to this.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sujurong?
So my relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, he is a friend of ours.
All right. So it's looking good. But let me say this here. We have a lot of women, females. And I know you guys wanted to hear a little bit about Adriana Young. Her funeral is this weekend. The family members, they're still fighting. Everybody's still fighting for justice. And the truth will come out. The truth, I keep repeating, the truth will come out. Those murderers will be revealed. But we'll get back to that. And guess what? We say goodnight to Simona Brooms. Simona Brooms has her party, and she's been doing her thing. Lots of you in Guyana, you know Simona Brooms, you know she's a fighter. You welcome September 1st to make a choice, whether you want to send her to Parliament, whether you want to do something for her party. It's totally up to you guys, but we will be having these candidates right here on 107.1 FM. And so lots of women in top spots. They have their own political party and so forth and so on. And so today we heard that okay. Hi. Good night, Amanda. We heard that Amanda has done what exactly was predicted. If you didn't see this coming, well, something is wrong with you guys. If you didn't see it coming, now, yeah, Amanda formed her political party. She resigned from the People's National Congress Reform after a very short stint there with the party, despite the fact that she says a party of her grandparents and all manner of things. Fair enough, it's okay, but a short stint, a very short stint, spent 5 years as a member of parliament, and you guys got to see my, there you go. We'll have Amanda Walton Desir here sometime to talk about her party as well, as we will invite Miss Simona Brooms as well, a fighter. Oh yeah, I've got to say that, a fighter, take her gloves off, put her boots and fight on the ground. And I do like fighters. I really do like fighters. I really do like fighters. All right. And so we heard the People's National Congress / APNU now, a Partnership for National Unity. They have decided that thus far, I'm not sure if it is official as yet, because if it is official other than what we've been seeing, then this is another female here with Joretta Fernandes. Joretta Fernandes, she's an AFC member, and now she has shifted over to APNU. She has shifted over, and she is set to be identified as the number one choice for the second spot of the People's National Congress / APNU coalition. So we are yet to see that it's going to be official. Not sure if it's official as yet, but we have identified these three women. Of course, Amanda has gone her own way now. She left the house. She left the PNC house, the party. She left Congress Place. She walked out of Congress Place, and the voters will get to decide on whether she deserves a spot back in Parliament on her own strength. And this is where it's difficult. It's very difficult if you leave the PNC or any major political party and you're going to fight to get a seat to go into Parliament, or in this case, Miss Walton Desir is fighting to go back into Parliament. It is a tough fight, Miss Walton Desir. Let me say this to you, it's going to be a tough fight, because a lot of folks, they became member of Parliament on the strength of the coalition, and that's a fact, not on their own strength. Nevertheless, those who walk away, those who are doing their things, let's just say good luck. That's all. But we have lots more we want to say right here on 107.1 FM. Lots more. Now, I read a press release from the Alliance for Change. The Alliance for Change, because as you know, Duncan, what's his name? Sherrod Duncan is now supporting the PNC / APNU coalition. Sherrod Duncan is almost certain that he's going to go back there in Parliament. And so if Sherrod Duncan had remained with the AFC, you can put your last dollar, Leroy Bourne, if you have it right now. Sorry, most times you don't. But Leroy Bourne, if you bet your last dollar right now that the AFC would not have put Sherrod Duncan back in Parliament. And so Sherrod Duncan made that move, knowing that he wasn't going to go back in Parliament, because the AFC, they weren't going to put him back in the Parliament. They weren't going to put Joretta Fernandez back in Parliament. So for the AFC to come out and say that they didn't know or they didn't see it coming, something is wrong with them if they didn't see it. We all saw it coming. We all knew that it was coming. So if we knew that it was coming, how come the leadership of the AFC didn't see this coming? Just like the same way they didn't see Charandas coming. They didn't know. They pretended they didn't know. And now suddenly they didn't see this. They didn't see this coming. Well, if they didn't see this coming, something wrong with them. Something wrong with the AFC if they didn't see that. Joretta Fernandez. We all knew it. At least I knew. We all knew. You're telling me the leader of the Alliance for Change, Mr. Nigel Hughes, didn't see this? The General Secretary, Mr. Patterson, didn't see it. Kathy Hughes didn't see it. Raphael Trotman didn't see it. And the others in the AFC didn't see this coming. All of you guys, Dion Graves, Andy, and all, I am almost certain that you guys saw this coming. But they in the AFC are claiming that they didn't see it coming. Look, let me say to you guys, it was in the making. So none of us, at least I'm not surprised at all. But what is to me, I had to laugh at some things that I saw today on social media. And I just leave it and I just smile for now because I have a lot to say. Because elections, the date is set for September 1st. And we can't just talk everything out on one night. You got to leave some more to talk. But it's going to be an interesting elections. It is not the mother of all elections. It is going to be an interesting elections. I'm not going to be like others to say the mother of all elections. No, it is an interesting elections. And I noticed some folks are running after the folks who have been sanctioned. Yep, heavily sanctioned, the Mohammeds. Let me say this: elections on social media is different than elections on the ground, and the elections on the ground didn't start yet. And when elections on the ground start, then you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about here. It didn't start yet. But what you've got to do is to continue to mobilize your folks back in Guyana. If you're not in Guyana, continue to mobilize your folks. Mobilize your folks. The political battle didn't start yet. You're just getting a piece, like you walk into a bakery and you're just smelling the bread, you're smelling the whatever it is, you're just smelling it, but it ain't ready yet. The bread ain't ready yet. It's still in the oven, right, Civic, and all of you guys who are watching right now. I think somebody's saying, Aaliyah Waldron is saying, Mark, you don't really give your opinion. It's bare shades and talking in codes. Well, by now, if you guys don't know that that's what I do here, I give my opinion or opinions on matters. I do all the time, every time. But there are just sometimes you just got to talk in diplomatic or in codes so that you guys can be prepared for the bombshell or bigger things next time around. Can't just give everything out at the same time. No, not me. Not me. So y'all gonna be hearing the shades and so forth. Poor Gavin Caesar, they had him busy like a political tout all day on Facebook, quarreling, fretting, all kind of thing. And when I say political tout, I don't mean anything disrespectful there, Gavin. That's a big position, man. Because the going thing right now, everybody fighting for position. People want to be MPs, people want to go back as MPs, people want to be ministers, all sorts of things, and everybody, they're going to run over each other. It's kind of like being in a bingo hall and like with Francine and all these other bingo people running all over each other. That's going to be the case in this elections. It is not the mother of all elections, but it's a very interesting elections. And you've got to be careful with your votes. This is not, you don't go out and vote out of emotions. Now, look, I spoke with a woman today, a lovely lady. She might be watching. Beautiful, if you see her. She's 95 years old. 95. I'm not going to say what she said exactly and the party that she's going to go back and support. But she says, Mark, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm seeing. And that's why I have to go back and vote. 95 years old. She wants to go back and vote. Because, and I ask her a simple question. What is happening? She is of the view, and rightly so, a 95-year-old woman, if she's watching tonight, this is for you. If you're under 95, it's not for you. So now she has a point, mind you. Right, Hazel Johnson? She has a point. And here's the point that she has. Here's the point. Aaliyah Waldron, don't get distracted with Dr. Collins and autopsy report. We dealt with autopsy report last night. Why are you trying to distract me, Waldron? Don't do it, please. Don't. This is, go over to David Hines' show and do that. Not tonight, because Bump's gonna race. Now, let me say this to you. And the 95-year-old woman has a point. She says back in her days, which was back then, she said people were fighting to become politicians because they were sincere about representing people from within the community, within the regions and so forth. And so those were the type of people that got involved into politics, service to the people. She said that is what it was about, Mark. Service to the people, standing up and representing the people. And, she says, I don't know, things change, but I got to go back. She's here in the United States of America. She's going to go back to Guyana so that she can vote. But she has a point, though, and I agree with her. I agree with her in almost everything, and she smiled. First of all, I congratulate her. 95, and she's going back to vote. She's a member of a party. She's going back to vote for her party. And she said I'm putting my money where my mouth is, or my mouth where my money is. She says, I'm going back to vote. That is a hero. A lot of you guys that are watching right now, I know y'all ain't going back Guyana, and I know y'all ain't going and vote. I know that. Some of y'all probably never voted in Guyana. Never. But it's okay. I ain't abusing y'all. I know some of y'all never voted in Guyana, but that 94-year-old woman. Now back to some people. Here is what I think, politics. And the woman has a point, that the 94-year-old woman has a point, that when persons are elected, whether as member or selected as member of parliament, to represent their party, they have gone there on behalf of the people who voted for their party, and the leadership of the party has that confidence in them to place them in parliament. They have an obligation. They have an obligation to their party. They have an obligation to their constituency. And so once they are there to represent their party. They're not there to represent themselves. They're not there to get benefits for themselves and duty-free concessions and so forth and so on. They are there for their party, to represent Region 10, to represent Region 6, Region 5. Go out there, get out of your air-conditioned offices and these things. Take off your tie, take off your shirt jack, take off your makeup. Sorry about that. It's just the way that I said it. Some of you guys are going to think that I'm throwing shades. I don't believe in throwing shades. I'm too old for throwing shades, mind you. I am. Go out there and work for the people. Politics is not about just positions. All you want is position, 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 position. Some of them want to go in parliament. And if they don't go in parliament, or if they're not on the list, they're not going to go and work. They're not going to go and campaign and all these sort of things. Y'all tell GT Root Girl, go that way with her every minute, like she bumps raising here tonight, right? But y'all deal with GT Root Girl in the audience there. We set in for them tonight. Again, good night to all of you. What time is it? I might as well throw a couple more shades and get out of here quickly, right? What else can we talk about? Look, let me just say this. Elections, I know people's bumps are going to raise. People are on whichever side they are on, and so forth and so on. Look, here will happen. Here will happen. Somebody come in here with ads. Hey, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We take that up. Leon says, all right, don't come in with this is not ad. You're not gonna get by with no ad in this comment section. Our operator already deleted it. This is straight up. This is not where you come and advertising. Somebody must go over to some business in Queens and collect bread and them kind of. Leon, don't do that to us, man. Don't do it before we call Ramai upon you. Do not do it. Don't do it. Right, Keith? I know y'all saw that. Leon says trying coming with a whole heap of ads, and directing people where to go. Not on this show. Nah. GT Root y'all deal with him. Keith, I see that, and not tonight, Leon. No, we ain't dealing with no ads. Not here. All right. So, look, elections time, bumps are going to raise, right? I may say some things that some of you guys may not like. I may hint at the candidate that some of you guys may not like, and so forth and so on. But it is okay. It is politics. It is democracy. Let us agree to disagree on some issues. That's all. It doesn't mean that we have to fight. It doesn't mean that we have to kick up. It doesn't mean that we have to cuss up people, and so forth and so on. And that's what I told Dr. David Hines the other day. We were talking. I said, Doc, there are times we disagree on issues, but we have been friends for a while, and we continue to be friends because we are mature about our politics. And I had to tell him, though, and in the interest of transparency, let me say this if Dr. Hines is watching. I said Dr. Hines posted on his page that he was the only one that came out and supported that you call him a singer, Baby Skello. I said, no, you're not the only one, Doc. Don't do that to us, man. Don't do that, Dr. David Hines. Don't do that. There are hundreds, probably thousands of people who thought that the government going after Baby Skello to persecute him was wrong. It is not that people are saying that what he said or what he did was right, but whether the charges were justified or not, and whether the jailing of Baby Skello was justified or not. The jailing was not justified. The charges were not justified. But what he did, in my opinion, was wrong. He should not have done that. Glad that he's out. He's out on bail. Like I've said, he should not have been in jail. But guess who came to his support? Priya Manikchan. Priya Manikchan came to his support. Priya Manikchan came to his support. Priya said it was wrong. Now, I get the strong feeling that Priya Manikchan knows that she's not going to return as a minister. And so she's lashing out. She's kicking up, back kick, front kick, bang, zoom, whatever it is. That is what's happening here. And so I don't know if she has a personal something with the magistrate. It could be, but that aside, she has lashed out at the magistrate. And after she lashed out at the magistrate, guess who got upset with her? Again, guess who got upset with her? Almost immediately. Now, where's our operator? Guess who got upset with her and cursed her out?
गोरी 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 कभी कभी कहीं कहीं चोरी चोरी छुप छुप के तुम मिला करो प्यारी प्यारी बातें बातें किया करो पर यूं ना मिलना किसी से कभी हमारे सिवा गोरी 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 गोरी
goody, 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 goody. And so goody, 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 goody came after her and saying that she was wrong to do that. And, this guy is a goon. He's probably worse than a James Bond in Guyana, right? Goon, hustler. I saw the other day, he said people want to kill him. People want to assassinate him and all manner of things. I don't know. I don't know who would want to assassinate a thing like that. You ask me. People wouldn't even assassinate these kind of things, much less that thing. I don't know what he's talking about, but Priya Manikchan is back and forth with him. He's cussing up Priya Manikchan. That guy has no shame. Absolutely no shame. But Priya, if you have to leave the PPP, which is what I was told, that you are going to leave the PPP, I wish you all the best. Just probably is the good thing. But imagine they got some Pakus who left the coalition after enjoying the sweetness, they enjoy the sweetness of the 218 plus thousand people that voted for the coalition. After they enjoy the sweetness, they didn't go after a year. They didn't go after the PPP was installed. They sat there quietly. They enjoyed every single thing, all the benefits, duty-free concessions, almost $300,000 a month. They enjoyed everything. Most of them didn't do anything for you, the people. They just sat there and they enjoyed the sweetness for them. And then after they realized, some of them, maybe all of them realized that they were not going to be put back into that position or those positions that they held. They decided that they are going to do a monkey swing, and they swung right over to the PPP, into the arms of the oppressors, into the arms of the persecutors, into the arms of the very corrupt political party that is defending and protecting murderers and killers and drug lords and money launderers and all these things, and gold smugglers and terrorists. That is what the PPP is doing. And so no one in their right mind is going to go and embrace the PPP. Well, except those that have gone there, James Bond and others. And you know the others, right? C-Ram or B-Ram or whatever. And those guys, they just went right over. They are flat-foot hustlers. But then again, it's okay. So they are rushing to the PPP. And folks like Priya Manikchand, I'm told it's up to Priya. It's up to Priya to say to you guys whether she has or she's preparing to leave the PPP. Whether she's preparing to leave the PPP. There might be others right there in the PPP who are not comfortable with what's happening, and they are preparing to leave the PPP. That will shock some of you guys. They're not going to go out there to defend the PPP. They're not going to go out there to campaign for the PPP. And so this is why it is good. And Priya is signaling her shot. And because maybe that guy, so-called critic, who claims now they want him dead, maybe he knows that. And that is why he's lashing out at Priya Manikchand. He's lashing out at her. He wouldn't lash out at Priya Manikchand in that manner unless he got the go-ahead from his wife. From Jack Dale. He's not going to do that unless Jack Dale give him the go-ahead to do it. And so it is just unusual, though, that he would curse her out in the manner that he did. And so read between the lines. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. They don't like Priya Manikchand. But Priya, if you're leaving the PPP, let the people know. Let everybody know. I saw a question, where will she be going? I know where she's going. I just don't know where she's going. I think I have an idea. But certainly she's not going to go in a Lamborghini, a $75,000 Lamborghini, because anybody that's going in a Lamborghini got to be careful. Well, we'll talk about that at some other night. All right. Hey, what else is happening in your neck of the woods? I know y'all want me to go back and talk about the Adriana Young situation. And, you know, I should have some law enforcement officers, current law enforcement officers and former law enforcement officers here in the United States of America. I should just seek to invite a couple of these people, and we will see, because a protest is around the corner in front of the medical examiner's office in Delaware, because folks and the family, parents and so forth of Adriana Young, they want justice. And not only justice, they want answers. They want to know what happened to this little girl. They believe that this guy, Dr. Gary Collins, he may have some answers. And rightly so, because he was there on the very day that they conducted that autopsy. On the very day they conducted that autopsy. And the family, they want to know what happened, who murdered that little girl. And so far, based on what we are seeing and what we are hearing, it is that It is that, guess what? That they are covering up for the murderers. Now, we've been hearing a bunch of different things about the grandmother. That's the paternal grandmother of Adriana Young. But any investigator or any team of investigators would want to question everyone, every single one who were at that hotel at the time this little girl, Adriana Young, went missing. Everyone, including family members who were there on that day. So the investigation now would be where you ask, what happened at such and such a time? Talk to us, give a report, and so forth. And it's kind of like weird to me that most of those folks who were there were not questioned by the police. I don't know. But this pretty little girl is going to be buried this weekend. A massive funeral out there in Guyana. We will have the parents back on and relatives back on right here on 107.1 FM. It is sad. Her common entrance results are going to be out next week. Let us watch to see which school she was allotted. Maybe it could be QC. And so Guyana has been deprived now of a scholar, probably a future president. And she looks the type, presidential material. She looks the type that would want to go out there and work hard, very hard for her people and for her country, and to be extremely patriotic. But her life was cut short by some cold-blooded murderers. And those murderers, based on public's perception, they're being protected by the corrupt PPP regime of Guyana. They're being protected by a corrupt police force. And I say corrupt, I don't want the police officers, the men and women who are watching, to believe that I'm painting all of them with the same brush. There are some good men and women in the Guyana police force. In fact, lots of good men and women in the Guyana police force. But just a few corrupt son of a guns, who are taking political orders are the ones who have been able to contaminate the police force. And so on September 1st, you guys will have that opportunity to ensure that you vote a decent government, a decent and respectable team of individuals back into office so that they can straighten out the police force, restore law and order in the country. And those cold cases will have to be reopened and revisited. And I say that because many of you remember this case. I spoke about it last night. This is Juman. The young man was murdered under similar circumstances at the very hotel. And guess who was the culprit? Based on allegations. The very guy whose name is now calling, Bej Narain Bola, whose name is now calling in the murder of Adriana Young. Same thing, same script, same everything. The PPP, it appears as though the PPP defended him because he was never charged during the PPP's time. The murder of this young man, Juman, occurred in 2012. It wasn't until 2016 when he was charged. 2012 to 2016, of course, 2012 to 2015, the PPP was in office. The coalition got into office in 2015, and right away, these cold cases were reopened, and this guy was charged along with some so-called driver of his. And so lots and lots of things have to be changed in Guyana. And that is why you need a real change. You don't need an exchange of government. You need decent people, people who want to save Guyana, not people who want to save themselves. Now, I've observed the hype, the social media hype. That's just what it is. I wish you guys can look at each other. If you're watching, I was told that my 95-year-old friend, she's watching. Just turn to your neighbor and say, That's all we're hearing and all we're saying. And then when we hear no, politics is deeper than that, guys. and the game ain't start yet. When the game start, it licks like bees, right? Listen to this. On nomination day, you gotta go down there, you gotta submit your list, and at least we have an idea of some of the parties and who are the key players and so forth. At least we see that in the APNU, PNC, APNU, and the WPA. We see that and so forth. We notice those guys in the AFC as well, and Amanza. Well, we were yet to see that. Simona Brooms, that too, we yet to see that. But Simona is on her live every day. Simona comes straight up on her live, and she got her folks. She got her folks out there fighting for her. You know some of the folks there. You know her main spokesperson. Oops, shades again, right? Judge is her main spokesperson. Good night if Judge is watching. Okay, all right. What else is happening that we can talk about? Just a few minutes remaining. Just a few minutes remaining. Hey, by the way, when was the last time you saw Irfan Ali and the first lady together at a function? Mark, don't talk about that. Sometimes people's bumps raise and all manner of things. And people say, oh, Mark, somebody take away this and take away. You know, they're always coming after me. They're always making fun of me. Poor me. Poor me. Oh, man. All right. And so what else we can talk? There was another subject that I wanted to bring to your attention. But because of getting up there, you know, I just missed that. But let me just play this quick ad, and we'll be right back with the conclusion of Straight Up right here on 107.1 FM.
Persons can do so peacefully, and they can, but blocking the road for hours is something that affects
Mr. Ali, I saw you block your road. Yes, Mr. Ali.
I'm just telling
Mr.
you.
Ali, there are videos with you protesting, you being a scrape and a tug. Mr. Ali, this is not, listen, sometimes we gotta put our position aside.
No, this is not position.
We gotta put our position aside and place ourselves into people's shoes. You got to understand, even those persons who were traveling, yes, they were inconvenienced, but they understood.
I agree with her 100%. They understood something Irfan Ali and Jack Deere and those guys will never, never understand because they don't know better. And therefore, they're not qualified to run that country. They're not. And so on September 1st, you'll get a chance to do just like Anti-Data. And you'll put that X, you'll vote in the right place. Find you. You'll vote in the right place. A big coalition. Not a small coalition, a big coalition with decent people, decent team. Now, I'm not sure everything is signed as yet, but we need a big coalition with decent people. And those who want to drive off in their $75,000 Lamborghini and think that all is well, no, all is not well. All is not going to be well either. It's politics, mind you. Listen to Anti-Data and take her advice.
Yeah, my name is Sincerity Caldata from Vietnam. And since 1965, I become a voter. And I always place my X next to the cup. And what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by Anti-Data. Hey, look, it's almost 10 o'clock. I've got to go. You guys know it's a busy day for me. I'm usually babysitting. Well, my daughter doesn't like when I say that any longer, but I'm just an all-rounder in a sense that you've got to get this done, that done. If I have some clients watching, congratulations. They've got their interview dates. Some of them went in. Some of them are very successful. Some of them are still awaiting a final decision. And those who have picked up their citizenship as well, congratulations to you guys. Those who have picked up their green cards as well, congratulations. And those who have picked up their work authorization. And in fact, some clients who picked up their immigrant visas from the embassy in Georgetown, Guyana. Congratulations to all of you. And for those of you who are preparing to go back to Guyana to vote, I say kudos to all of you. And let me say a special hello to Rhonda Lane. Rhonda Lane is in Antigua. I'm not sure if she's back. Don't we just love Rhonda Lane? We love all of you guys. Sometimes some of you want to abuse me out and things. It's okay. It's okay. Remember, before I go though, justice for Adriana Young. Justice. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But there's a young man that has a show on social media called Fires. Is it Fire Show or something like that? Ask Aliyah Waldron and so forth. Ask Aliyah Waldron. She seems to have a lot of irrelevant questions tonight. We still like her, or we don't know. We got to say her because we really don't know who Aliyah Waldron is. All right, so I'm out of here. God bless you all. Until tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. So long. God bless you.
Persons can do so peacefully, and they can, but blocking the road for hours is something that affects
Mr.
all the
Ali,
citizens.
I saw you blocking road. Yes, Mr. Ali.
I'm just telling you.
Mr. Ali, there are videos with you protesting, you being a scrape and a tug. Mr. Ali, this is not, listen, sometimes we gotta put our position aside.
No, this is not position.
We gotta put our position aside and place ourselves into people's shoes. You got to understand, even those persons who were traveling, yes, they were inconvenienced, but they understood the reason. They understood the reason. We understand the inconvenience.
गोरी 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 कभी कभी कहीं कहीं चोरी चोरी छुप छुप के तो
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sujurong?
Su? Oh, Su?
Yeah, my name is Sincerity Caldata, Francis Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.